What's up everybody, Senkai here, and today I'll do a review of Super Mario Odyssey, a game that got a perfect score from almost everybody. I don't believe the game is perfect, but I still think it's really good, and I'll tell you why, so let's get to it. So, going back all the way to the older games, the first games were called Super Mario Brothers, and those were 2D games. So you had the 1, 2, and 3, and then Super Mario Brothers 4, which was Super Mario World, were still called Super Mario Bros. Or Brothers in Japan. So when Super Mario 64 hit, and then we got Super Mario Sunshine, in my head those were always Super Mario games and Super Mario Brothers games, and that worked actually further on to where we have the new Super Mario Brothers series, which was also 2D, and then we got the sub-series with Super Mario Galaxy 1, 2 and Super Mario 3D. While those were 3D games, I still believe that the original Super Mario series that I'm talking about with 64 and Sunshine never really came back, and this is the closest thing to those games that we have. It's actually very different, but if you're like me and your favorite Super Mario games besides the RPGs are 64 and Sunshine, you're gonna love this game because this is really good. The best thing about this game, to me, would be the quality of the game. You really have that old school, or what can I say, like generation 7 or 8, early 8, thing of, like, the game is really polished. I believe there was a day 1 patch, but I don't think it does a lot. So what you have on this cartridge is a game that's like, it's a full game with a bunch of post-game content. The graphics are good. The soundtrack is like a very long soundtrack of what I believe is 85 tracks. With some really good music, and it's a great package. And the thing is, I played this for what I believe was 40 hours. I have no way right now to know for how long I played this, so I will give you an accurate time of how long I played this game in some other video sometime. But my Switch right now just tells me when was the day that I first played this, and that was obviously the release date. So, but I played this for a bunch of hours, non-stop for 4 days. I played this like non-stop, and why I was able to do that and have as much fun as I did was because of the post-game content. So before talking about that though, let me go back and talk about the main game. So this does not have a hub world like Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine. It's more stage-based. If you played Super Mario Galaxy 2, you know that you have this vehicle which takes you from one stage to the other. If you take away the whole like level design choice of Galaxy 2, where you have a bunch of stages and they all have like one objective, and bring back the open world stages from 64 and Sunshine, you have this game. So you travel from world to world with no hub world really, just a stage select screen. But the stages you pick are fewer and of higher quality and much bigger. The things though is that these stages, they all have just one objective. Or the thing is that the main story in each stage is to like do this one thing with a boss at the end of the level, and to progress to the next stage you need to get a certain amount of moons, power moons they're called. They are the same thing as stars or shine sprites, I believe they were called in Super Mario Sunshine. But in those games, you would beat a stage with that objective, be it like beat the boss, do something else, like reach the top of a certain mountain. The older games would have, like 64 and Sunshine, they had certain objectives, and when you were done with that objective, you would get a star. In this game, you just have this one objective, like I said. you go to the end and you beat the boss, which is like a huge thing to do because the stages are big. But what you can also do is do like a bunch of side quests, I guess. It's not that you talk to characters and obtain quests, but you can take your own routes and explore in this game. So this is the game where exploration is rewarded the most. It's not as fun, or it's not as good in 64 and Sunshine, like I'm trying to say, but it's just as fun, if not more fun. It's just that you can, so for example, you take another route from the main objective and just go and explore instead. You find a whole new entire environment in the stage, and you traverse up a different mountain from the one you're supposed to go, and you will find like a bunch of power moons on the way there. So, and they're really easy to get, like really easy to get. So sometimes the ground will sparkle. All you have to do is do a ground pound on that sparkle and you will get a power moon. Sometimes just rotating the camera using the right stick to see behind a crate, and there will be a power moon there. So you will not get rewarded for doing these huge tasks anymore like you did in the old games. Instead, you will just have a lot of fun actually playing the game and finding power moons all over the place. Why the game is so much fun and why you want to explore is because the controls are so good. So he controls like in Galaxy 2, I would say, and like in the pace he's running and everything, it feels really great. But the new character Cappy here, which I haven't talked about really, that's funny, he's a huge part of the game. And Mario can now throw away Cappy, which is his new like attack. In 64 you could punch and kick, and then in Galaxy you would like twirl around, if I remember correctly. But in this game you throw away Cappy, and if you bounce on Cappy you can jump again. So you can do all kinds of crazy parkour things in this one, where you do a triple jump, and at the highest point of your triple jump you throw away Cappy, and then you do your like slide thingy you could do in 64 and Sunshine, where Mario throws himself, like launches him forward, and if you, like I said, in your triple jump, launches yourself to Cappy, then you will bounce again, and from that you can do wall jumps and everything. So if you're good at this game, or if you're really willing to learn all of these techniques, you can not just get those easy power moons that are scattered everywhere, you can also get the more harder ones. And here's where my problem comes up with the game. This is not really a problem, and just take it with a grain of salt. But the thing is that to get to the next level, I mentioned that you need a certain amount of power moons. You don't actually have to beat the stage or like get all the cutscenes or beat the boss. That's just something you can do. If you beat the boss you get 3 power moons, but like I said, 3 power moons, it's not really a lot. So going for the objective of collecting like 10 power moons to move to the next stage, some could think that if I beat the stage I'll get 3 moons, and that will like fast up the process of getting to the next stage. But the fastest thing you can do really is just master all of these crazy jumps, explore away, and just have fun like a collectathon game, just going to everywhere you've not been and just get these quick and sometimes very skillful required moons and move on to the next stage. So this is what I did. Some stages I beat because of just like I was exploring, I was having fun, and I just managed to get to the right places and eventually beat the boss because that's where I had the most fun. I was all trying to do these crazy jumps and collecting moons wherever in the stage, but if that would be like the most satisfying place to do all these parkour stuff, the main routes, those stages were the ones that I actually beat in the main game. So I would say that each and other, like every other stage was one that I played till I beat the boss. But the other ones I just got a bunch of moons and then got to the next level. But there are a lot of levels, I believe 10 or so. So if there were 10 levels, say you beat those, then you reach the end game, and you can probably go there very fast. If I would replay this game from scratch, like a new save file, with everything I learned with these crazy jumps, I could probably beat the game very, very fast. Just get all the easy stars, move on to the next stage, and just focus entirely on fulfilling the requirement of the ship moving to the next stage, because that's why you need the moons, to get the fuel to move on to the next stage. Beating the bosses and completing the stages is not really something connected to the story. The story is all about you chasing after Bowser, and on the way you need more fuel for your ship. So playing it the correct way according to the story would just be getting the moons and move on, which I did the majority of the time. The cool thing is, though, I'm not going to spoil anything really. I should have said that at the start of the video, but what I'm going to spoil really are mechanics, I guess, but not like anything else. And you shouldn't really be afraid of spoilers in a Super Mario game, because the more you know, the more it should motivate you to actually play it, because I didn't know anything about the things that I actually liked at the end of the day in this game. Before I bought it, I expected something entirely different, much closer to 64 and Sunshine. So if I had heard a lot more about this game, like my review here, I might have actually picked it up with more enthusiasm and actually enjoyed the game more. So listen up. Listen up. So after you beat the game, you unlock more stages. Or the best part actually is they expand upon the older stages. So right off the bat, after credits, you spawn in the unlocked world. The new world you get after beating the game, you spawn right there. So not just that they expand the stage select screen so that you can move to a new level, but you actually get there right away. And that's something that motivates me to keep playing, right? Because after the credits, if it just was like a prompt telling me that you unlocked a new stage, I'm not too sure if I would play that. But because you end up in this stage already, in the middle of this sandbox, you know, I wanted to keep playing, see where I could, like, what I could find. And this stage already had new content not present in the main game. So that made me curious to see what else I could find. So I actually ended up replaying the whole game in that same save file though. So I had already collected all the things I got from the first run, but I did play this new level to completion, and then I went back and played stage 1, 2, 3 in order actually, and completed those as well. So this game has purple coins similar to blue coins or red coins. I think they were blue coins in the older games, but those are harder to find specific coins, and if you get all of them in a level, like, they do not respawn, so they are collectibles just as much as anything else. And those specific coins you use to buy new outfits and decoration for your ship. So just cosmetics, but still very nice. And when you try to, like, learn all of these jumps, like I said, and having fun with the game, to get these coins is another incentive to just parkour more and explore more, because the more you can find, the more fun you can just have with the game, and it extends your playtime. So I actually set up the goal to get all of these purple coins on every single level, and I did, and it was a lot of fun. On my way searching for these coins, I would find more power moons, and the power moons, besides moving you to the next stage, also expands what you can buy in the regular shop. So there's one shop where you buy with your regular coins, and another one where you buy stuff with your limited purple coins. And those limited coins are separate from world to world. So if you get all the coins in one world, you can buy everything in that shop and then move on to the next one. So it's never like you have to choose what you want to buy. If you get all the coins, you will be able to unlock everything. So no need for multiple playthroughs or anything like that. You will get everything if you just collect everything. And that was really nice. So the power moons, the more you get, the more items you get in the regular shop where you buy things with the standard coins. So searching, like replaying all these stages with brand new content, like they expanded with double the power moons, I believe, and yeah, it was so rich because like trying to find all these coins and replaying the stages with all the new content, I would unlock more things in the shops and also get, of course, a bunch of new coins. So just replaying all the stages, finishing the ones I didn't beat in the initial playthrough, and just replaying them and do everything. Everything led to, like, one thing led to the other, and at the end I had got everything. So I clocked out at 700 power moons, and I had heard every song in the game. You have a sound test where you unlock songs, actually. Some of them you have to unlock by getting certain power moons in the games, but actually unlocked all the songs. And yeah, just looking at the completion list in this game, I obviously didn't get all the power moons because, like I said, they are everywhere and they're so easy to get. So because of that, I believe they are over 900 moons. But I got 700 exactly, while doing everything else in the game. So I completed the game in every single aspect except for the moons. And that's something I could go back and do later. I'm very happy with the time I spent on the game, because I believe the main game, like just seeing all the stages one time, enjoying the story, which was actually quite cute. There's a lot of cutscenes in the game compared to at least compared to Galaxy and the 3D games. There's more story in this one. And yeah, the initial playthrough was 10 hours, I feel. So yeah, if my assumption of playing the game for 40 hours, which I believe I did, yeah, the post-game was 3 times as big as the initial playthrough. So I just want to tell you that do not turn off the game when you see the credits, and try to find these things that you personally like doing. For me, it was just controlling the character. That was enough fun to keep playing the game, collecting all things, just playing the game. And that's so rare. I play so many games for the story or for the soundtrack, or like all my RPGs. Sometimes I don't even like playing the games, but I enjoy so many other aspects of them. I want to see the end of the story, and it's not that I'm bored or don't like the gameplay, but it's rare that I actually really, really like the gameplay, and that's the focus of the experience. That never happens to me. But yeah, it did in this game, and I know that what the developers were after. They wanted to create a game that's like a platform game that's fun to play, and they nailed it. There was no annoying parts in the game. The initial playthrough was a bit too easy, like almost insulting, I think I said to some people. It felt like it was so easy that they didn't even try. But it all makes sense in the long run. After completing the game, there was a bit of challenge, actually. And the last stage you unlock post-game, I think I tried 4 or 5 times before I could beat. It was this long stage without checkpoints, really, really cool. So yeah, very happy with this game at the end of the day. I don't know if I missed something. Yeah, of course, the main mechanic of the game. So that's another thing I completed in the game. Cappy here, when you throw him, you can not just do that to bounce off of him, but you can also attack things. You can throw him on blocks to get the coins. And if you throw him on to a enemy, you will control that enemy. So you take the hat from Mario, put it on the enemy, and so you control the enemy instead. this makes it possible to get even more power moons and things like that. Throwing your cap onto like a bird-like creature, you can fly around and you will, yeah, you understand where I'm going, but controlling these enemies will make you reach new places you couldn't reach before. So even more exploration, very, very fun. You had a list of all the monsters you could capture in the game, and I completed that list as well. So I just say play this as long as it's fun for you. This game was fun for me until I knew that I had seen basically everything. After playing this constantly for 4 days, I couldn't justify playing it more just to get those power moons that were like the more harder ones, because I already had collected 700 and I felt like I'm done. I will get back and do that, and I probably will do it this year even. We'll see about that. But for now, for like the launch period where I remember all these fun memories of buying this midnight launch, playing this awesome exploration 3D Mario after all these years, I felt like these days were enough, and I will take a break now. So had to jump over here and do a review for the game while I still remembered everything. And I hope you pick it up and have fun playing the game as well, because this was fun. That was exactly what it was. Like I said before about playing games for different reasons, this is fun. This is so much fun, and I highly recommend it. So that'll be it for my review, and until next time, get gaming.